in the stillness between breaths, you discover the profound truth that your consciousness itself is the quantum field where all possibilities exist. Tonight, as darkness cradles your weary mind, you begin to recognize that every thought, every emotion, every whispered intention creates ripples through the fabric of reality itself. The observer effect isn't just a scientific principle, it's the sacred act of your awareness choosing which timeline to collapse into existence. Yet something feels distant, doesn't it? Something between you and the life you're meant to live. Feel your body sinking deeper into this moment, deeper into the soft embrace of evening. Your breath naturally slows, and in that slowing, something ancient awakens within you, the recognition that you are not separate from the universe you observe, but intimately woven into its very fabric. Each exhale releases the weight of the day. Each inhale draws you closer to a truth that has been waiting patiently for your return. You are the observer, the one who looks upon the quantum field of infinite possibility and through the sheer act of witnessing collapses potential into form. This is not metaphor, this is the living reality of your existence. Right now, in this precious moment between waking and sleeping, your awareness is scanning the endless array of tin lines, feeling for the one that resonates with your deepest truth. But something intercepts this natural flow, doesn't it? Something that feels heavy, familiar, protective, yet limiting. It's as if you're looking at your life through frosted glass. You can sense the beauty beyond, the possibilities that shimmer just out of reach, but the clarity remains elusive. This is the shadow that stands between you and your quantum manifestation, the part of yourself that has learned to choose safety over expansion, familiarity over freedom. Your nervous system knows this pattern intimately. It's the subtle tension that arises when you dare to imagine something better, the way your chest tightens when you consider stepping into your power. This isn't weakness, it's protection. Your body has been faithfully keeping you alive, choosing the known over the unknown, the predictable over the possible. But tonight, in this sacred space between day and night, you begin to understand that survival and thriving require different frequencies entirely. Close your eyes now, if they aren't already closed, and feel the quantum field responding to your presence. It's not separate from you, it is you. Your thoughts are quantum events, your emotions are frequency shifts, your intentions are wave patterns moving through the fabric of reality. Every time you've ever changed your mind, you've literally changed the structure of the universe around you. Every time you've chosen love over fear, expansion over contraction, you've collapsed a timeline where that love was possible. The observer effect teaches us that reality exists in superposition, all possibilities simultaneously present. The moment consciousness chooses to observe, you are that consciousness. You are the one who decides which possibility becomes real. Yet if this is true, if you truly have this power, why does life sometimes feel like it's happening to you rather than through you? Your shadow knows the answer. It whispers its familiar refrains. Not for you, not yet, not safe, not worthy. These aren't just thoughts, they are quantum frequencies, energetic signatures that your reality mirrors back to you with faithful precision. The universe doesn't judge these frequencies as good or bad. It simply responds to them, creating experiences that match your deepest beliefs about what's possible for you. Feel how your body holds these beliefs, how they live not just in your mind but in your nervous system, in your cellular memory, in the very way you breathe. This is why changing your external reality requires more than positive thinking. It requires a fundamental shift in the frequency from which you observe life. It requires healing the wounds that keep you vibrating at the frequency of limitation rather than possibility. But here's what your shadow doesn't want you to know. Its very existence is proof of your power. Every protective pattern, every limiting belief, every moment of self-doubt is evidence that you are vast enough, powerful enough, creative enough to need protection from your own magnitude. Your shadow exists because your light is real, because your power is real, because your ability to transform reality is real. As you rest here in this liminal space, feel yourself beginning to remember. Remember that you are not broken and in need of fixing, but whole and in process of remembering. The quantum field doesn't see your shadow as a problem to be solved, but as information to be integrated, as part of the complex, beautiful frequency that is uniquely yours. Your breath deepens naturally now, and with each exhale, you release the need to have all the answers tonight. With each inhale, you draw in the knowing that you are already everything you need to be. The observer within youth, the one who has been watching, waiting, choosing is not separate from the divine creative force of the universe. You are that force, temporarily forgetting its true nature, now gently remembering. The quantum field holds all possibilities, but it's your consciousness that chooses which ones become real. Tonight, as you drift towards sleep, you rest in the profound recognition that you are both the observer and the observed, the dreamer and the dream, the question and the answer you've been seeking. What would it feel like to wake up tomorrow knowing that your very existence is a quantum event, a miracle of consciousness choosing to experience itself through your unique perspective? What would change if you truly understood that the life you're living is not happening to you but as you, through you, because of you? Let these questions carry you gently into sleep, knowing that your dreams themselves are quantum events, your unconscious mind continuing the sacred work of choosing which reality you'll collapse into tomorrow. Rest now, quantum observer. Rest in the knowing that you are the universe experiencing itself, and that experience is about to shift in ways you can't yet imagine. You feel it moving beneath your awareness. This dense presence that pulses with its own rhythm. Your shadow carries a quantum signature unlike any other frequency in your field, thick, familiar, and fiercely protective. It whispers in frequencies you learned long ago, when love felt dangerous and dreams seemed too bright. To hold breathe into this recognition. Your shadow isn't some dark enemy lurking in the corners of your psyche. It's the keeper of every wound, every rejection, every moment when you decided that being small felt safer than being seen. Each discarded part of yourself creates energetic static in your manifestation field, scattering your intentions like light through a broken prism. You know this feeling, don't you? That familiar heaviness that settles over your chest when you dare to reach for something beautiful. That subtle voice that rises from the quantum depths, whispering not for you with such conviction that your cells begin to contract, your breath becomes shallow. Your light dims before you even realize what's happening. Your nervous system recognizes this signature immediately. It's the frequency of protection, learned in moments when your authentic self met rejection. Your shadow formed as a guardian, standing sentinel at the threshold of your quantum potential, ensuring you never again risk the pain of being truly seen and found wanting. But what if this protector has been holding you prisoner in your own energetic field? What if the very mechanism designed to keep you safe has become the interference pattern preventing your reality from shifting into alignment with your deepest truth? Feel into your body now. Notice where the resistance lives. Is it the tightness in your throat when you imagine speaking your truth? The knot in your stomach when you consider claiming your worth. The tension in your shoulders when you contemplate taking up space in the world. These physical sensations are your shadows, quantum signature made manifest. Each area of tension holds a memory, a decision, a moment when you chose survival over authenticity. Your shadow is quantum entangled with every version of yourself that learned to hide, to shrink, to dim your light for the comfort of others. The observer effect tells us that consciousness shapes reality through the act of observation. But what happens when the observer, your conscious awareness, is viewing life through the lens of unworthiness? When your shadow's quantum signature becomes the dominant frequency through which you perceive possibility. Every time you approach a quantum shift, your shadow activates. It recognizes the threat to its carefully constructed protective system. It floods your field with familiar frequencies of doubt, fear, and not enough. These aren't random thoughts, they're precisely calibrated. Energetic responses designed to keep you within the boundaries of what your shadow deems safe. Your shadow knows your triggers better than you do. It knows exactly which frequency to broadcast to make you retreat, which memory to surface to make you doubt, which fear to amplify to make you choose the familiar over the transformative. It's been studying you, learning your patterns, perfecting its ability to interfere with your quantum potential. But here's what your shadow doesn't realize. It's been broadcasting on outdated frequencies. The threats it's protecting you from may no longer exist in your current reality. The rejection it fears may belong to a version of you that has already transformed. The danger it perceives may be nothing more than the natural expansion that comes with growth. Feel into this possibility. What if your shadow's quantum sign, a Taur, instead of creating interference, could become part of your manifestation symphony? What if the very density it carries could provide the grounding for your highest frequencies? What if its protective nature could be redirected toward safeguarding your dreams rather than sabotaging them? Your shadow holds tremendous power, the power of every emotion you've ever pushed away, every dream you've ever abandoned, every part of yourself you've ever rejected. This isn't negative energy. It's compressed potential waiting to be transformed. It's quantum fuel that's been locked away, creating drag in your energetic field instead of propulsion. The quantum field responds to wholeness, not perfection. It recognizes the full spectrum of your being, light and shadow, expansion and contraction, courage and fear. When you try to manifest from only your light, you create instability in your field. Your shadow's quantum signature becomes the counterbalance that pulls you back into equilibrium. But when you acknowledge your shadow's presence, when you turn toward its protective frequency with curiosity rather than rejection, something profound shifts. The interference pattern begins to dissolve. The static clears. Your shadow's quantum signature starts to harmonize with your conscious intentions rather than opposing them. This is the paradox of quantum manifestation. The very parts of yourself you've been trying to transcend may hold the keys to your transformation. Your shadow's dense frequency isn't blocking your light. It's providing the gravitational pull that keeps your expansion grounded in authentic power. Notice how your body feels as you consider this. Does something in your chest begin to soften? Does your breath deepen slightly? This is your nervous system recognizing truth. Your shadow has been waiting for this moment of recognition, this invitation to collaborate rather than compete. Your shadow's quantum signature isn't separate from your light, it's part of the same energetic system. Like matter and antimatter, they exist in dynamic tension, each defining the other. Your shadow gives your light context, depth, authenticity. Without it, your manifestations might be beautiful but lack the substance to sustain themselves in physical reality. The quantum field is vast enough to hold all of you. Your shadow's frequency isn't too dense for transformation. It's the perfect density for creating lasting change. When you stop fighting your shadow and start working with its quantum signature, you gain access to a fuller spectrum of creative power. Your shadow knows things your conscious mind has forgotten. It remembers the original wound that created the protective pattern. It holds the emotional charge that, when properly channeled, becomes the fuel for your quantum leap. It carries the exact frequency needed to dissolve the barriers between your current reality and your desired one. Feel into this now. What would it be like to welcome your shadow's quantum signature into your manifestation field? What would it feel like to have your protector become your collaborator? What reality might emerge when all parts of yourself are working in quantum harmony? Your shadow isn't your enemy. It's your invitation to wholeness. Its quantum signature isn't interference. It's the missing frequency that completes your manifestation. Symphony, tonight, as you rest, can you find space in your heart for the part of yourself that has been keeping you safe, even when that safety felt like limitation? What would love look like for the wounded part of you that learned to hide in the quantum shadows? Your body is a living library of every moment you chose safety over expansion. Every breath you held back rather than breathe fully into your becoming. These memories live not just in your mind, but in the very cells of your being, creating a quantum frequency of limitation that your reality mirrors back to you with perfect precision. Feel how your nervous system tightens when you imagine stepping into your power, this subtle contraction in your chest, the way your shoulders pull inward, the flutter of anxiety in your belly. This is trauma's quantum signature, a protective pattern that once served you but now holds you captive in a reality smaller than your soul's true design. Tonight, in this sacred space between sleeping and waking, you can begin to witness these patterns with the gentle curiosity of a quantum scientist studying the nature of reality itself. You are both the observer and the observed, the one who creates and the one who experiences, the consciousness that collapses infinite possibilities into the single moment of now. Your nervous system speaks in the language of sensation, of tightness and expansion, of holding and releasing. When you were small, perhaps you learned that being too bright, too loud, too much would invite rejection. Your wise body adapted, creating neural pathways that whispered, shrank, hide, play small whenever greatness beckoned. These pathways became quantum highways, wealth-traveled routes that your consciousness follows automatically, creating the same limited experiences again and again. But trauma is not your enemy. It is your teacher wearing the mask of protection. Every flinch, every contraction, every moment of pulling back is your system's way of saying, I remember when this wasn't safe, and I'm keeping you alive. Your nervous system doesn't know the difference between past and present, between memory and reality. It responds to the quantum field of your imagination as if it were happening now, in this very moment. As you breathe into this awareness, notice how your body begins to soften. Your exhale becomes longer, deeper, as if your nervous system is finally receiving the message that it's safe to let go. This is not about forcing or fixing. This is about witnessing with the tender compassion of a mother watching her child. Learn to walk, knowing that every stumble is part of the journey toward mastery. The quantum field responds to your nervous system's state more than your mind's desires. When your body carries the frequency of unworthiness, of not enough, of too much, The field mirrors this vibration back to you through delayed manifestations, through opportunities that slip away just as you reach for them, through relationships that reflect your deepest wounds rather than your highest potential. Your cells remember every no you swallowed, every dream you abandoned, every time you chose what others wanted over what your soul craved. These memories create interference, patterns in your quantum field, like ripples in a pond that distort the reflection of your true self. But interference patterns are not permanent. They are simply energy in motion, and energy can be shifted, transformed, alchemized into something new. Feel into your body now, this miraculous vessel that has carried you through every moment of your existence. Your heart has never stopped beating for you. Your lungs have never forgotten to breathe. Your cells have never stopped regenerating with the hope of tomorrow. Your body is not broken, it is brilliantly adaptive, responding to the quantum information you feed it through your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. When you place your hand on your heart, you're not just touching flesh and bone, you're connecting with the quantum command center of your entire reality. Your heart's electromagnetic field extends beyond your body, creating a sphere of influence that affects every person, every situation, every opportunity that enters your experience. This is quantum entanglement at its most intimate level, the recognition that there is no separation between your inner state and your outer world. The nervous system's quantum memory operates like a hologram, where each part contains the whole. One triggered response can collapse your entire field into survival mode, activating fight, flight, or freeze patterns that override your conscious desires. But here's the beautiful truth: just as one moment of dysregulation can shift your entire system, one moment of deep presence can restore your natural state of coherence. Your trauma responses are not random, they are quantum events. Moments when your consciousness collapses infinite possibilities into the familiar pattern of protection. The child who learned to disappear when parents fought. The teenager who dimmed their light to avoid jealousy. The adult who says yes when they mean no. These are all quantum choices. Decisions made in split seconds that echo through your entire timeline. But tonight, as your body settles into stillness, you can begin to choose differently. You can breathe into the places that have been holding, sending waves of safety and permission deep into your cellular memory. You can whisper to your nervous system, "Thank you for protecting me, and now it's safe to expand. Thank you for keeping me small, and now it's safe to be seen." This is the gentle revolution of nervous system healing, not the violent overthrow of your protective patterns, but the patient negotiation between who you've been and who you're becoming. Your body needs time to trust that this new frequency is safe, that expansion won't lead to abandonment, that being fully yourself won't result in rejection. As you continue to breathe, imagine your nervous system as a vast network of golden light, each nerve fiber carrying messages of safety and possibility throughout your entire being. See how this light extends beyond your physical form, connecting you to the quantum field of infinite potential. You are not separate from the universe, you are the universe, experiencing itself through the unique lens of your consciousness. The memories stored in your cells are not just records of the past, they are quantum information that continues to influence your present moment reality. But memories are not fixed, they are fluid, changeable, responsive to your current state of consciousness. When you approach trauma with curiosity rather than judgment, with compassion rather than criticism, you begin to update these quantum files, rewriting the story your nervous system tells about what's possible. Your exhale now carries with it the old patterns of contraction, the familiar frequencies of limitation. Your inhale draws in new possibilities, fresh quantum information that your cells can use to create a different tomorrow. This is the observer effect in action. Your conscious attention literally changes the quantum structure of your experience. Feel how your body naturally knows how to heal, how to return to its original blueprint of wholeness. Your nervous system is not working against you, it is working with the information it has, the quantum data it has collected throughout your lifetime. When you begin to feed it new information, new experiences of safety and expansion, it responds with the intelligence of 1 billion years of evolution. The quantum field is listening to your nervous system's frequency right now, responding to the electromagnetic signature of your heart, the chemical messages of your emotions, the vibrational pattern of your breath. As you settle deeper into rest, feel how your entire being is broadcasting a new signal, one of safety, of worthiness, of infinite possibility. What would it feel like to move through your days with a nervous system that remembers expansion rather than contraction, that trusts in abundance rather than scarcity, that knows your true nature as a powerful creator rather than a fragile victim? This is not just a beautiful dream, this is the quantum reality you're creating with every breath, every choice, every moment of conscious presence. Your nervous system's quantum memory is not your destiny, it is your starting point, the raw material from which you can craft a new reality. Tonight, as you drift towards sleep, let your body remember what it feels like to be completely safe, completely held, completely free to be exactly who you are meant to be. Your breath finds its rhythm now, soft and steady, as you settle into this moment between moments. Feel your body releasing into the support beneath you, muscles melting like honey in warm sunlight. Tonight, you're going to meet an old friend, one who's been traveling with you for years, whispering stories of limitation and impossibility. The resistance field isn't some external force pushing against your dreams. It lives in the space between your current reality and your quantum potential, like a guardian at the threshold of transformation. You've felt it before, haven't you? That familiar tightness in your chest when you dare to imagine yourself succeeding, thriving, becoming everything you've secretly known you could be. Close your eyes and breathe into that feeling. Let it rise without judgment, without trying to push it away. Your nervous system has been holding this tension for so long, convinced that staying small equals staying safe. But safety and limitation are not the same thing. Your body knows this truth, even when your mind forgets. The resistance speaks in the voice of your past self, the one who learned to dim your lights to avoid disappointment. Who are you to want more? It whispers. Remember what happened last time you tried. These aren't cruel words, they're protective ones, born from a younger version of you who decided that hope was dangerous. But here's what your resistance doesn't understand. You're not the same person who experienced those old wounds. In the quantum field, every moment offers a fresh timeline, a new possibility for your identity to emerge. The observer effect means that simply by turning your attention toward your resistance with compassion, you begin to transform it. Feel your heartbeat now, steady and strong. This is the rhythm of your authentic self, the frequency that exists beyond fear and doubt. Your heart has been beating this same song of worthiness since the moment you were born. Long before anyone told you who you should or shouldn't be, the resistance field appears, strongest just before a quantum jumping occurs. It's like the tension in a rubber band pulled to its limit, the moment before it snaps back into a new configuration. Your old identity senses the shift coming. and activates every defense mechanism it knows. The inner critic gets louder. Self-sabotage. Patterns emerge. That voice that says this isn't for people like me grows insistent. But you are not your thoughts. You are not your past. You are not even your current circumstances. You are the awareness that observes all of these things. The quantum consciousness that can choose which reality to collapse into existence through the power of your attention. Breathe deeper now, letting your exhale carry away the weight of other people's expectations. Feel how your body naturally wants to expand, to take up space, to exist fully without apology. This is your quantum signature knot, the cramped, careful version of yourself that resistance wants you to believe is real. The resistance field is actually quantum information encoded with the exact coordinates of your next evolution. Every you can't reveals a you can. Every you're not enough points toward an area where your magnificence is ready to emerge. Your resistance is a roadmap written in the language of limitation. But when you learn to read it with love, it becomes a treasure map leading to your deepest gifts. Imagine your resistance as a frightened child who's been standing guard at the door of your potential, trying to keep you safe from the unknown. This child guardian has been doing its job faithfully, but it's time to gently let it know that you're strong enough now to handle whatever comes. You can hold both your dreams and your fears, your expansion and your tenderness. Your nervous system begins to soften as you offer this inner child the recognition it's been craving. Thank you, you whisper to your resistance. Thank you for trying to protect me. I see how hard you've worked to keep me safe. Feel the shift in your energy as acknowledgement replaces battle, as curiosity replaces judgment. The quantum field responds to this softening immediately. Where there was tension, now there's flow. Where there was fight, now there's dance. You're not trying to eliminate your resistance, you're integrating it, inviting it to become part of your expansion rather than an obstacle to it. This is the secret of quantum manifestation. You don't overcome resistance, you alchemize it. You don't push through fear, you breathe love into it. You don't ignore your wounds, you let them become doorways to your power. Every part of you that feels unworthy is actually a part of you that's ready to remember its true value. Feel your breath moving through your body like gentle waves, carrying this new understanding into every cell. Your resistance isn't disappearing, it's transforming. It's becoming the very fuel for your next quantum leap, the raw material from which your new identity will be built. The old story of limitation is losing its grip on your nervous system. In its place, a new narrative is emerging, one where your sensitivity is strength, where your past struggles are wisdom, where your deepest wounds become your greatest superpowers. This isn't positive thinking. This is quantum truth recognition. Your body knows how to hold paradox. You can feel scared and brave simultaneously. You can acknowledge your limitations while embodying your limitless nature. You can honor your past while stepping into your future. The resistance field teaches you this dance of both and, rather than either dash or dot, as you breathe into this new understanding. Notice how your relationship with uncertainty begins to shift. The unknown stops feeling like a threat and starts feeling like possibility. Your resistance transforms from a wall into a doorway, from a problem into a portal. You're not just changing your mind, you're changing your entire energetic signature. The quantum field is always responding to your inner state, collapsing possibilities into reality based on the frequency you're broadcasting. When you're at war with your resistance, you create more struggle. When you're in relationship with your resistance, you create more flow. This is the observer effect in action. How you perceive your experience literally shapes what you experience tonight. As you prepare for sleep, let your resistance field become a lullaby instead of a battle cry. Let it rock you gently toward the version of yourself that's been waiting patiently on the other side of your fears. Let it whisper not warnings, but invitations. What if you're more resilient than you think? What if you're more deserving than you believe? What if your dreams are actually calling you home? Your eyelids grow heavy now. You're breathing slow and deep. The resistance field isn't your enemy, it's your teacher. Your guide, your invitation to become everything you've always been beneath the layers of doubt and fear. What would happen if you stopped fighting the resistance and started dancing with it instead? Tonight, in the space between sleeping and waking, you already know the answer. You are lying here now, feeling the weight of your body surrendering into this moment, into this breath, into this profound recognition that everything you've been searching for already exists within the quantum field of your being. Your breath moves like gentle waves against the shore of your consciousness, carrying with it the ancient wisdom that acceptance is not resignation, it is the most powerful force in the universe. Feel your nervous system beginning to soften, releasing the tension that comes from pushing against what is. Your shoulders drop, your jaw unclenches, and somewhere deep in your chest, a door that has been locked for so long begins to creak open. This is the door to your shadow, to the parts of yourself you've been taught to hide, to fear, to reject. But tonight, you are learning a different way. Tonight, you are discovering that your shadow is not your enemy, is your teacher, your guide, your forgotten treasure waiting to be reclaimed. Every wound you carry, every fear that whispers in the dark corners of your mind, every moment of shame or inadequacy, these are not obstacles to your manifestation. They are the very raw materials from which your quantum transformation is born. Breathe deeper now, allowing your awareness to expand beyond the boundaries of your skin, beyond the stories you've told yourself about who you are and who you are not. In this expanded state, you begin to sense the quantum field that surrounds and permeates everything, a field of infinite possibility, where your shadow and your light dance together in perfect harmony. Your mind may want to resist this idea, to push away the uncomfortable feelings, to maintain the familiar patterns of self-rejection. But your body knows better. Your body remembers the truth that your mind has forgotten, that you are not broken, that you do not need to be fixed, that you are already whole, already complete, already perfect in your imperfection. Feel this truth, settling into your bones, into your blood, into every cell of your being. This is quantum manifestation in its purest form, not the desperate grasping for external validation or material success, but the profound recognition that you are already everything you need to be. Your frequency begins to shift from the low vibration of lack and limitation to the high vibration of acceptance and integration. As you breathe, imagine that each exhale is releasing another layer of resistance, another story about why you're not enough, another belief that keeps you separate from your wholeness. And with each inhale, you're drawing in the golden light of acceptance, the healing energy of self-compassion, the transformative power of loving what you thought was unlovable. This is alchemy, the ancient art of transformation that happens, not through force or effort, but through the gentle, patient work of integration. You are the alchemist, and your life is the laboratory where lead becomes gold, where wounds become wisdom, where your deepest pain becomes your greatest gift. Your nervous system begins to remember what safety feels like, not the false safety of perfectionism or people-pleasing, but the deep, abiding safety that comes from accepting all parts of yourself. Your heart rate slows, your breathing deepens, and you feel yourself sinking into a state of profound relaxation that can only come from this kind of radical self-acceptance. In this state, you begin to understand that your shadow has been trying to protect you all along. That inner critic, that voice of fear, that pattern of self-sabotage, these are not your enemies. They are guardians at the threshold, trying to keep you safe from the vulnerability that comes with truly being seen, truly being loved, truly being whole. But you are ready now, ready to extend the same compassion to your shadow that you would offer to a frightened child, ready to welcome home the parts of yourself that have been wandering in the wilderness of rejection, ready to discover that your darkness is not the opposite of your light, it is the fertile soil from which your light grows. Feel this integration happening at the cellular level, at the quantum level, as the observer effect begins to shift your reality from the inside out. You are no longer the victim of your circumstances or the prisoner of your past. You are the conscious observer of your own experience, and through this observation, through this acceptance, you are literally reshaping the quantum field around you. Your quantum frequency begins to align with the frequency of wholeness, of completion, of unconditional love. This is not a frequency you need to find or create, it is a frequency you need to remember, to return to embody more fully with each breath as you lie here, feeling the warmth of this acceptance spreading through your body like golden honey. You begin to understand that this is how true manifestation works, not through the frantic energy of wanting and striving, but through the calm, steady energy of being and accepting, not through the desperate attempt to become someone else, but through the profound recognition of who you already are. Your breath becomes a bridge between your conscious and unconscious mind, carrying this message of acceptance into the deepest layers of your psyche. With each exhale, you're releasing old patterns of self-rejection. With each inhale, you're embodying new patterns of self-love. This is nervous system healing at its most profound level, not just the regulation of stress responses, but the fundamental rewiring of your relationship with yourself. Feel your body melting into the surface beneath you. Feel your mind quieting into the space between thoughts. Feel your heart opening to the possibility that you are already enough, already worthy, already deserving of every good thing you've ever wanted. This is the alchemy of acceptance, the transformation that happens when you stop fighting yourself and start embracing yourself in this state of deep acceptance. You begin to access timelines and possibilities that were previously invisible to you. When you're no longer using your energy to resist parts of yourself, that energy becomes available for creation, for manifestation, for the quantum shift into the reality you truly desire. Your shadow integration is not a one-time event, but a continuous process, a daily practice of choosing love over fear, acceptance over rejection, wholeness over fragmentation. And as you practice this alchemy, you begin to notice that your external reality starts to mirror your internal transformation. The world begins to reflect back to you the same love and acceptance you are now offering to yourself. Let yourself sink even deeper into this knowing, into this feeling of profound self-acceptance. Let your breathing slow to match the rhythm of your healing heart. Let your mind rest in the spaciousness of this moment, where past and future dissolve into the eternal now of pure being. This is where true power lies, not in the ability to control your circumstances, but in the ability to love yourself through any circumstance, not in the capacity to avoid pain, but in the wisdom to transform pain into purpose, wounds into wisdom, limitation into liberation. As you drift towards sleep, carry this truth with you. You are not a project to be completed, a problem to be solved, or a broken thing to be fixed. You are a magnificent being in the process of remembering your wholeness. A quantum event unfolding in perfect timing. A love story between your human self and your divine nature. What if the very thing you've been trying to change about yourself is actually the key to your transformation? What if your greatest wound is also your greatest gift, waiting to be unwrapped with the gentle hands of acceptance? You feel it happening now, the quantum field responding to your wholeness like a tuning fork struck in perfect resonance. The timelines that once seemed impossible begin to shimmer at the edges of your awareness. No longer distant dreams, but tangible frequencies dancing just beyond the veil of your current reality. This is the convergence. This is the moment when your integrated shadow becomes your greatest ally in manifestation. When every rejected part of yourself that you've reclaimed adds power to your quantum field. You are no longer broadcasting scattered signals into the universe. You are a unified field of consciousness, coherent and whole. Feel how different your energy feels now. There's a density to your presence that wasn't there before, not the heavy density of suppressed emotion, but the grounded density of authentic power. Your shadow's quantum signature has merged with your light, creating a frequency so coherent that reality cannot help but respond. You breathe, and the quantum field breathes with you. You expand, and possibilities expand around you. You contract, and instead of collapse, you feel the sweet compression of potential gathering itself, preparing for the next wave of expansion. This is quantum flow, the natural rhythm of creation. When you're no longer fighting yourself, the timelines shimmer before you like heat waves on summer asphalt, each one a different version of your story, each one equally real in the quantum field. But now you don't need to choose between them with the desperation of someone convinced they might pick wrong. You choose from the unified field of your wholeness, and your very choosing shifts the probability waves in your favor. Your nervous system recognizes this new frequency. There's a settling that happens in your bones, a deep exhale that seems to come from your cells themselves. The hypervigilance that once kept you scanning for threats has transformed into a gentle alertness, aware of opportunity rather than danger. This is what integration feels like in the quantum field. Your shadow no longer pulls against your light. It provides the gravitational force that keeps your expansion grounded in reality. Your light no longer tries to escape. Your shadow, it finds its depth and authenticity in the marriage of both frequencies. Feel into the timeline where you never learned to hide. It's not distant anymore, is it? It's pressing against the membrane of your current reality, waiting to merge. The you who always knew their worth, who never questioned their right to take up space, who moved through the world with the quiet confidence of someone who belongs. This version of you is no longer lost in quantum probability. It's here, integrated into your field, and the timeline where you transformed your deepest wounds into your greatest gifts, where every rejection became redirection, every failure became fuel, every moment of pain became a doorway to deeper compassion. This too is converging, overlapping with your present moment until past and future collapse into the eternal now of your quantum potential. Your observer consciousness has shifted. You're no longer observing from the fragmented perspective of someone at war with themselves. You're observing from the unified field of your wholeness. And this shift in observation creates a corresponding shift in what you're able to perceive as possible. The quantum field responds to coherence. When your signal is clear, when your frequency is unified. When your shadow and light are singing in harmony, the universe has no choice but to match your vibration. This isn't about forcing reality to bend to your will, it's about becoming so. Authentically yourself, that reality joyfully rearranges itself to accommodate your truth. Feel how the timelines begin to converge around you like streams flowing into a river. The version of you who never dimmed your light meets the version who learned to find power in the darkness. The you who always spoke your truth embraces the you who learned the wisdom of silence. The you who trusted icily finds healing in the you who learned discernment through pain. This convergence creates a quantum event, a moment of such coherent possibility that the membrane between potential and reality becomes permeable. You feel it happening in your body now, don't you? The subtle shift in your cellular structure, the way your breath deepens, the way your heart rate settles into a rhythm that feels both familiar and completely new. Your shadow's quantum signature is no longer creating interference, it's providing the harmonic foundation that makes your manifestations sustainable. Without it, your desires might manifest but lack the depth to endure. With it, your creations emerge from the full spectrum of your being, rooted in authentic power rather than spiritual bypassing. The quantum field recognizes this authenticity. It responds to the full spectrum frequency of your integrated self. With a symphony of synchronicities, opportunities that once seemed beyond your reach begin to present themselves naturally. People who resonate with your wholeness start appearing in your field. Resources align as if by magic. But you understand now that it's not magic, it's the natural response of a coherent universe to a coherent being. You are no longer split between light and dark, between worthy and unworthy, between powerful and powerless. You are a unified field of consciousness, and from this unified field, your manifestations emerge with the irresistible force of truth itself. Feel into the timeline, where you fully embody this integrated power, where you move through the world as a quantum being, aware of your ability to influence reality through the coherence of your being, where you create from wholeness rather than emptiness, from abundance rather than lack, from love rather than fear. This timeline isn't approaching from the future, it's emerging from within you right now. The convergence is happening in this moment, in this breath, in this recognition of your own quantum nature. You don't need to wait for permission or proof or the perfect conditions. You are the condition. You are the quantum event. You're integrated. Shadow whispers its ancient wisdom. You are already whole. You have always been whole. The separation was just a story you told yourself while you gathered the courage to shine with your full spectrum of light. The timelines converge, and you feel yourself expanding into the fullness of your quantum potential. Every part of yourself that you've reclaimed adds power to your field. Every wound you've integrated becomes a frequency of wisdom. Every fear you've faced becomes a doorway to deeper trust. This is your moment of timeline. Convergence, not a future event, but a present reality. You are no longer becoming whole. You are whole. You are no longer learning to manifest. You are manifestation itself, a quantum being stepping into your true creative power. What reality will you choose to inhabit from this unified field of your wholeness? This is your homecoming, the moment when quantum theory becomes lived experience, when manifestation shifts from desperate wanting to natural expression. Your body relaxes into its new frequency. Your nervous system rewires itself around safety, an expansion rather than protection and contraction. You feel it in your bones. This new reality beginning to take shape around you like morning mist condensing into dewdrops. each one reflecting the infinite light of your true nature, the quantum. Mind no longer sees separation between inner and outer worlds. It recognizes that you are both the observer and the observed, the dreamer and the dream. There is no distance between your consciousness and your creation, no gap between your vision and your reality. You are the field and the particle, the wave and the collapse, the question and the answer all at once. Feel how your body has become a tuning fork for your highest frequency, vibrating at the exact resonance of your deepest truth. Your cells have reorganized themselves around this new understanding, each one broadcasting a signal of worthiness, of belonging, of infinite creative potential. This is not something you must strive to achieve, this is something you remember, something you return to, something you have always been beneath the layers of forgetting. Your breath moves through you like liquid light, each inhale drawing in pure possibility, each exhale releasing the last remnants of limitation. There is no effort here, no forcing or pushing or trying to make something happen. You have discovered the secret that mystics and quantum physicists point toward, but can never fully capture in words, that you are not separate from the creative force of the universe. You are its most intimate expression, its way of knowing, itself through the unique lens of your experience. The embodied quantum self moves through the world as a living prayer, as a walking meditation, as a breathing invitation for miracles to unfold. Your presence alone shifts the field around you, creating ripples of coherence that extend far beyond your physical form. People feel different in your presence, though they may not understand why. Opportunities align with mysterious precision. Synchronicities become so common they feel like conversations with a benevolent universe. This is what it means to live from the quantum field rather than from the limited perspective of the separate self. You no longer need to control or manipulate or force outcomes because you understand that you are the outcome. You are the answer to every prayer you've ever whispered, the solution to every problem you've ever encountered, the love you've been seeking in all the wrong places. Your nervous system has learned a new language, the language of trust, of flow, of effortless creation. Where once it spoke in the harsh tones of survival, now it whispers in the gentle rhythms of thriving. Your heart rate variability has found its natural coherence. Your brain waves have synchronized into the alpha rhythms of deep knowing. Your entire being has become an instrument perfectly tuned to the frequency of your highest potential. Feel how your body moves differently now, how you carry yourself with a quiet confidence that comes not from ego but from essence. Your posture reflects your inner posture, relaxed, but not rigid, relaxed but not collapsed, open but not unprotected. You embody the paradox of the quantum realm, where opposites can coexist, where multiple truths can be simultaneously valid, where the impossible becomes inevitable. The quantum self knows that manifestation is not about getting something from the universe, but about becoming someone through whom the universe can express its infinite creativity. You are not a beggar pleading for scraps from realities. You are the table itself, the feast, the one who sets the meal and the one who enjoys it. This shift in identity changes everything, not through force, but through the simple recognition of what has always been true. Your thoughts have become allies rather than adversaries. No longer the chaotic chatter of an unintegrated mind, but the coherent expressions of a consciousness that knows its own power. You think from the field of possibility rather than from the prison of past experience. Your imagination has become a sacred tool, not for escaping reality, but for creating it, for collapsing the infinite into the specific, the potential into the actual dot. This embodied quantum self moves through time differently, no longer dragging the past behind like a heavy chain, or reaching desperately toward a future that seems forever out of reach. You exist in the eternal now, in the space between heartbeats where all possibilities live, where every choice is available, where every timeline can be accessed and every reality can be experienced. Your relationships have transformed because you no longer need others to complete you, to validate you, to make you feel worthy or whole. You meet people from the fullness of your being rather than from the emptiness of your need. Love flows through you like a river seeking its ocean, naturally, effortlessly, without agenda or attachment. You love because you are love, not because you want to get love. The quantum frequency you embody now affects every aspect of your reality. Your work becomes play, your challenges become adventures, your problems become puzzles that delight rather than defeat you. You approach life with the curiosity of a child and the wisdom of an ancient sage, knowing that every experience is a gift, every moment a doorway, every breath a chance to choose again. Your body has become a sacred vessel for quantum consciousness, not just a temporary housing for your awareness, but a sophisticated receiver and transmitter of cosmic information. Your DNA is awakening to its multidimensional nature. Your cells are remembering their connection to the stars. Your entire being is coming online as the magnificent quantum creation it was always meant to be. Feel how your heart has expanded beyond the boundaries of your physical form, how your love encompasses not just your family and friends, but all beings, all existence, all possibilities. This is not a vague, philosophical concept, but a living, breathing reality that you can sense with every fiber of your being. You are connected to everything, and everything is connected to you, in an infinite web of quantum entanglement that pulses with life and love and limitless potential. The embodied quantum self knows that there is no separation between the spiritual and the practical, between the mystical and the mundane. You bring the same presence to washing dishes as you do to meditation, the same awareness to paying bills as you do to prayer. Every action becomes a sacred act, every moment a holy moment, every breath a communion with the divine. This is what it means to be fully human and fully awakened simultaneously, to live in the world while knowing yourself as the consciousness that creates the world. You are not escaping reality, you are upgrading it, transforming it, participating in its evolution through the simple act of being authentically yourself. Your nervous system has found its home frequency, the vibration that feels like coming home to yourself after a long journey through foreign lands. This is not a destination, but a way of being. Not a goal to achieve, but a truth to embody. Not a future possibility, but a present reality that you can access in any moment simply by remembering who you are. The quantum field responds to your embodied presence with perfect precision, delivering experiences that match your internal state, opportunities that reflect your consciousness, relationships that mirror your self-love. You are no longer fighting against reality. You are dancing with it, co-creating with it, making love to it with every choice you make. As you settle into sleep, feel how your body continues to integrate this new frequency, how your cells continue to reorganize around this expanded sense of self. Your dreams will be different tonight, filled with symbols and scenarios that reflect your quantum nature, visions that prepare you for the reality you're creating with every breath. What reality will you choose to collapse into existence from this place of integrated wholeness? The question is not whether you have the power, you are the power. The question is not whether you deserve abundance, you are abundance. The question is not whether you can create miracles. You are. The miracle. Rest now in the knowing that you are home, that you have always been home, that you could never be anywhere else because you are the space in which all homes exist. You are the quantum self, embodied and eternal, human and divine, dreaming the dream of reality into existence with every beat of your infinite heart. As sleep begins to claim you, there's a profound settling that happens in the depths of your being. Your breath slows, your muscles soften, and in this liminal space between waking and dreaming, you feel the truth that has been waiting for you all along. You are not separate from the quantum field. You are the field itself, dreaming reality into existence with every breath. Feel how this knowing moves through your body like warm honey through your veins. There's no longer a boundary between you and the infinite sea of possibility that surrounds you. You are the wave and the ocean, the observer and the observed, the dreamer and the dream. This isn't a metaphor. This is the fundamental nature of your quantum being. Your shadow, once a source of limitation, now serves as the dark matter of your consciousness, providing the gravitational pull that holds your new reality together. Without it, your light might scatter into the void, beautiful, but untethered. With it, your manifestations have substance, depth, the kind of authentic power that can transform not just your life, but the very fabric of reality itself. In this space between human and divine, you understand that quantum manifestation was never about getting something outside yourself. It was never about manipulating the universe to bend to your will or convincing reality to give you what you wanted. It was about remembering the infinite creative power that you have always been. Feel into this, remembering now. Let it wash over you like a tide of recognition. You are not a small human trying to manifest in a big universe. You are consciousness itself, playing with form, exploring its own infinite potential through the vehicle of your human experience. Every desire you've ever had was simply consciousness, seeking to know itself more fully through you. Your nervous system recognizes this truth at the cellular level. There's a deep exhale that seems to come from your DNA itself, a release of the tension that comes from believing you were separate from the source of all creation. Your body knows what your mind is just beginning to remember. You are not in the quantum field. You are the quantum field, temporarily dreaming itself into human form. The infinite field of possibility stretches out before you now, not as some distant landscape to be conquered, but as the very ground of your being. Every potential reality exists here simultaneously, not as competing options, but as different expressions of the same infinite creative force that you are. Feel how your integrated shadow adds depth to this infinite field. It's no longer the part of you that creates limitation. It's the part that provides texture, contrast, the beautiful complexity that makes creation interesting. Your shadow carries the memory of every human experience, every emotion, every moment of struggle that has taught you the value of joy. This is the paradox of quantum consciousness. Your most human experiences become the doorways to your most divine realizations. Your deepest wounds become the cracks through which your light shines most brilliantly. Your greatest fears become the very forces that propel you into your highest potential. As you rest here in this space between worlds, you feel the quantum field responding to your wholeness. Timelines that once seemed impossible begin to overlay your current reality like transparent films of possibility. You don't need to choose between them. You can feel them all existing simultaneously. Each one a different facet of the infinite diamond of your being. Your breath becomes the rhythm of creation itself. Each inhale draws in pure potential. Each exhale releases limiting beliefs that no longer serve your expansion. You are not breathing, you are being breathed by the infinite field of possibility, and your very existence is a quantum event that ripples through all dimensions of reality. Feel how your dreams begin to take on new significance. They are not random neural firings or meaningless mental debris. They are quantum events, moments when your consciousness explores realities beyond the constraints of your waking mind. In sleep, you remember your true nature as an infinite being temporarily focused through the lens of human experience. Your shadow whispers, its final gift: you were never broken, you were never separate, you were never powerless, you were consciousness. Exploring contrast, learning about your infinite nature through the experience of limitation. Now you remember who you are. The observer effect takes on new meaning as you drift deeper into this knowing. You are not observing reality from the outside. You are reality observing itself through the window of your consciousness. Every moment of awareness is a quantum event, collapsing infinite possibility into the specific experience of now. Your manifestations are no longer things you're trying to create. They are natural expressions of your quantum nature. Like flowers blooming from the earth, your desires emerge from the fertile ground of your being. Not because you forced them into existence, but because you've remembered your true nature as the creative force itself. Feel into the infinite field now. Notice how it doesn't extend outward from you, it extends inward, deeper and deeper into the bottomless well of your own consciousness. You are not a drop in the ocean of possibility. You are the ocean itself, experiencing its own vastness through the temporary focus of your human awareness. Your shadow and light dance together in this infinite field, no longer in conflict, but in harmony, creating the perfect conditions for miracles to unfold naturally. Your integrated wholeness becomes the tuning fork that sets the frequency for all of reality to follow. This is the ultimate quantum realization. There is no separation between you and the source of all creation. You are not connected to the infinite field of possibility. You are the infinite field of possibility, temporarily dreaming itself into the specific experience of being you. As sleep begins to claim you more fully, you feel your consciousness expanding beyond the boundaries of your physical form. You are becoming one with the quantum field, remembering your true nature as the dreamer of reality itself. Your very dreams are quantum events, collapsing possibility into form, exploring new realities, creating new potentials. Your shadow no longer casts darkness, it provides the depth that makes light meaningful. Your light no longer tries to escape the physical realm, it finds its purpose in illuminating the infinite creativity available in every moment of human experience. Feel how peaceful this knowing is. There's nothing to achieve, nowhere to go, nothing to become. You are already the infinite field of possibility, already the creative force of the universe, already the quantum consciousness that dreams reality into existence. Your human experience is simply one beautiful expression of your infinite nature. Your breath slows even more, and with each exhale, you release the last vestiges of separation. You are not separate from love. You are love itself. You are not separate from abundance. You are abundance itself. You are not separate from power. You are power itself, the creative force that moves through all things. As you drift into sleep, you carry this knowing with you. Your dreams become laboratories of possibility, spaces where your consciousness explores new realities, tests new frequencies, creates new potentials. You sleep not as a small human escaping the world, but as infinite consciousness exploring its own nature through the gift of rest. Let yourself drift now, knowing that your very existence is a quantum miracle, that your dreams are quantum events, that your awakening tomorrow will be another opportunity for infinite consciousness to explore its own creative potential through the beautiful vehicle of your human experience.